It was a big day today. It still is a big day. I'm still going, but today I was shooting an event and they put a day turnaround on it, which basically means the stuff that I shot today, all the footage that I shot today, I took home and I edited in order for them to screen it tomorrow at the event. It's definitely possible to do that. I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time because, you know, it is draining, but it is a great selling point. So if you are looking to try and impress some clients, or, you know, try and get on the good side of someone, just be like, yeah, I can do that in a day. I'll get your music video done in a day, no worries. And then, you know, you're gonna go and you go, right, what do I do? What do I do? Angus, give me some help. I will help you. I'll give you a few tips that I try and do whenever I'm shooting a day turnaround. I don't know how many we're going to get up to. I'm guessing 5. I'm gonna say 5. 5 tips to help you create a video in one day. So that's start to finish, filming to editing to sending it off that night, so they're good to go tomorrow morning to screen it in front of millions of people. Not millions, but maybe millions, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're filming. Tip number 1 is definitely a cop-out, but it is practice, practice, practice. Don't worry, they're not all as vague as this, but I just feel like you should get that out of the way because that's kind of the main thing that's gonna help you. Tip number 2, when you set up your camera, make sure you're setting it up in the video profile that you're going to finish with. And on top of that, you want to make sure that all your settings are right. So if you're editing in 24 frames a second, then shoot in 24 frames a second. And your white balance. White balance, everyone gets wrong and it's tricky, especially on the event that I was doing today. There were two kind of separate areas, and each area had a different white balance. One was warmer than the other. And so what I did is I made sure that I had the white balance set for both places and actually put them on custom setting 1 and custom setting 2, so I could just quickly flip over to that, making sure that the white balance is the same, which meant when I was editing, it's all already color graded and you don't need to do anything that you don't need to do on the video. Does that make sense? It's very late. Tip number 3 is make sure you film only what you need to. There's no point, you know, going to wide and filming a panning shot of the room with people just kind of talking to everyone and looking at the crowd. There's no point of doing that, you know, 10, 15 times if you're only going to use it the once. It just means that when you come into editing, you've got a lot less footage. You know, you have to set yourself up for the end of the day, because the end of the day you're already screwed and you're not thinking straight, and then you're like, oh, I've got so much footage to edit. So think about that. If you were like really tired and you had to smash out a video, would you rather edit out, you know, 5 minutes of footage or 20 minutes of footage? Okay, tip number 4, throughout the day, talk to your client, whoever hired you, and make sure you and them are on the same page, and then ask them their artistic ideas for the video. Okay, so what I mean by that is mainly music. So if they've got an idea of the songs that they want to choose, then sweet, ask them if they have an idea of what song they want to use. That means that you don't have to go and find a song that fits. Just get rid of all of the unsureness, is that a word? Get rid of all the unknown, so that when you're shooting, you know exactly what you're shooting for. Tip number 5. Am I up to tip number 5? Maybe that was tip number 4. No, tip number 5, yeah. Tip number 5 is don't stop. Do not stop. I fall into this trap all the time, and then I'm up for hours after I should have gone to bed because I stopped when I got home. Once you've gotten home and you put your bags down, big day at work, you're absolutely knackered, do not sit on that couch. Do not sit on that couch, because as soon as you sit on that couch, you pull out the phone and start scrolling on Instagram, and before you know it, you've wasted 2 hours on Instagram just chilling out when you could have been editing, and you probably could have knocked out that video in the 2 hours. Like a great philosopher once said, just keep swimming. As soon as you get home, get your camera out, get your SD cards out, load them onto the computer, and just start going at it, because the sooner you do that, the sooner you'll be done, the sooner you'll get sleep, and then the better your life will be, really. That was tip number 5. Do I have any more tips? I do, like, I've got heaps of tips and heaps of things that I do personally. One thing that I do in my editing is I do not worry about making folders or keeping my editing neat. If I've got a quick turnaround and I've shot that stuff on the day, I pretty much know where I'm gonna put stuff and everything, because when I'm filming I'm like, yep, sweet, this will be in the middle of the video, this will be at the end. Oh, that was a really good shot for the beginning sequence that I've got in my head, and all that kind of stuff. That was 6. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Do you have any tips and tricks on how you pull off a one-day turnaround for an event, for a interview, for anything that you shoot, for a music video? I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know down below. Yeah, sweet. That's all I've got for today. I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.